We are at Lake Lanier. This is a place that I've got a lot of history with, but it's been way back in the day. This is the actual lake that I won my first national level BASS tournament back in 1991. Pretty cool to be able to come back here. Man, what a perfect place to come back to visit again. This place is really blown up. It's got a lot of big spotted bass in it now. It's early spring. Should be a great time of the year to catch them. You know, when I was looking at the schedule to film Pro Team Journals this year, I saw a window from when I was leaving Knoxville and I had to be to Columbia, South Carolina for the next event. And the perfect place in the middle of that is Lake Lanier. So, you know, the end of March, Lake Lanier, we got a brand new Elite Series jerkbait coming out in the 200 and the 300 series. Those Elite colors are coming out with that. What a better place to get content with big spotted bass. When we schedule these shoots, you know, we pick the time of the year and think about, you know, the certain baits that might play for it. And, you know, the end of March, Lake Lanier, clear water, spotted bass, jerk baits, man, it's right up my alley. And of course, Mother Nature is always going to change things. Lake Lanier is really clear, so that just lines up perfect this time of year for a jerkbait. You know, we've got a whole new series of KVD Elite jerkbaits coming out and a couple of new models, so should be a good way, especially to find them. You know, these fish are wanting to spawn right now, so we might be a little bit late for the prime jerkbait bite, but a jerkbait will always locate them. You know, it'll always tell you where they're at. They're gonna follow it, even if they're spawning, even if they're on beds, they'll come off that bed to eat a jerkbait. This season for me is going to be, you know, it's pretty special. I announced it's, you know, it's going to be my last season fishing tournaments. Obviously, I'm going to be doing a lot of fishing still and still be out there. But, you know, after 33 years, we're going to hang up the competitive side of it anyways and just work as, you know, try to be a great ambassador for fishing going forward. So this year, all season long, it's just, you know, it's already going fast, and I just really want to soak it up and just really enjoy it. Got him. That didn't take real long. Nice one. It's a good spot. Gosh, when I used to fish this lake before, there was a ton of largemouths. You kind of, now this lake has just been inundated with big spots. You know, it's got a lot of blueback herring and shad both, and these spots are just so proficient at chasing those herring. But good solid start. You know, Lake Lanier is really clear, and especially here on this lower end, and it's got a lot of herring, blueback herring and shad, so it just sets up perfect for a jerkbait. So this is a 300 series deep, and we came out with the Elite series last season, and just the standard 300, and it's, you know, premium finishes. It's 12 baits, 12 different colors with premium finishes, and they come standard with those Mustad KVD trebles on them right out of the package. So very popular. They did really, really well. So we added the 300 deep and the 200 series to that line. So this is a perfect bait for here. You know, there's so much deep water here, deep rocky banks and deeper, you know, clear guts like this, where you just got to get that bait down there. So I think this is going to be pretty dang special. This is Sexy Shad 2.0. That color is just, if you're in a shad lake at all, that color right there always gets them. We get out the first morning, and again, we're just practicing. I'm looking around, fishing a little bit of main lake stuff, some pockets, things like that, just a little bit of everything. And you know, I caught one right away off the bat in a little pocket real close to the ramp, and you know, we started running some different water, and I could see that it was a little bit tougher than what I thought. The fish were not in the exact stage that it looked like from the water temperature and the way the trees were and things like that. So we might have to grind a little. Here's one. It's suspended on the corner of that dock. And with these conditions, just trying to figure out exactly what these fish are hanging on. We haven't seen any surface activity or anything, but just a little keeper there. But docks like this in clear water can always be really, really good, but we'll give it a try here for a little bit and see. Oh, and then I throw it over a cable. Maybe as it gets a little sunnier, they're gonna set up on these floats a little bit. It's a nice one there. Fat. God, they really wanna come up, you would think, and they're not that far from spawning. Oh, just a chunk. Look at the size of his belly on that. So there's a little jet ski float there on the corner, and man, I have fished a lot of rocky points, a lot of different things like that, and just have not been able to get it rolling yet. But two right here in the last 20 minutes off dock, so we'll see. There's one, little bitty. Further we get back in these pockets, the more bites we're getting. Not a big one, but gosh, they're just so mean. That's why you got those hooks, man, and get them every which way. You know, I kept experimenting, moving around, you know, got on a little bit of a run there, caught a few off some docks, off the corners of docks with a jerk bait, you know, saw some fish, saw one on a bed in a pocket. So, you know, I just knew that these fish were probably in a lot of different stages. He did. I jerkbaited that little rock point there, and we talked about they should be starting to spawn. And I went by there and there was two of them sitting there. I had this all in my mind that we were gonna catch them jerkbaiting. Gosh, that's a nice one. Probably shouldn't lift him. Got 6 pound. There we go. Good solid one. Baby Z2. Not really the right setup, but apparently I'm gonna have to get a couple more rods out. You know, we got conditions today that just really are not conducive to power fishing. It's just there's just not much wind or anything, but I'm just trying to figure out what stage these fish are in. They should be doing a little bit of everything. It's 58 degree, 59 degree water. I just saw those two locked on a bed. You know, it's that time of year. You can look around and see the trees are just starting to green up a little bit, and that's always a good sign that you better be looking for spawning activity. So I've been just really focused going down the bank, throwing a jerk bait, just trying to, you know, catch those fish when they first come up and start roaming down the bank. Man, a jerk bait is just such a great tool and great way to catch them, cover a lot of water. We've gotten a few bites, so, but I'm gonna definitely have to get a shaky head out. If you're fishing for spotted bass in a spotted bass lake, you better have a shaky head. Hi, Kevin VanDam here.
here, and I can tell you a whole lot has changed in my life over the last year. I went from a full-time tournament angler after 33 years of being on the road to a full-time television host. But the one thing that hasn't changed is my passion for cooking outdoors. I absolutely love it. Whether I'm on the road filming a show or I'm here in my backyard, and you can see I've got a lot of Weber grills here to cook from. They make it easy. They've got an option for anything that I want to do, from a flat top to a pellet grill to a charcoal grill, electric grills, tailgating, anything that I want. Big, small, a large scale. If I want to do a big event, I've got an option, and they just really do it right. To find the right Weber grill for your needs, go to Weber.com.
You know, we tried to find other areas where the current might be, you know, hitting a point, just like that bridge, you know, where it might funnel down some saddles and things like that, and just really didn't get into a whole lot. And in the afternoon, you know, that breeze started to pick up a little bit, and in the back of my mind, I had all of that fresh water coming in, all that dirty water, just knowing that those fish love to move into that newly stained water. As long as it's not blown out, it can be really good. There's two right there that I haven't seen. They thinking about spawning, not fishing. Right here's two big ones right here. There's a 4 and a 5 right here.
Already?
Yeah. Look at them. Look here. They just rubbing. Yeah. I mean, here's.
Is he come?
Yeah, just a little male. He's already got it. Oh.
Where's the bed at?
Right there.
Oh, okay.
Here.
Oh, yeah. I can see that. Well, man, ain't that something? I got to get me some of them, man. Heck yeah.
Sunrise silver.
Okay.
Look at. He's gonna bite too.
So we might see y'all out a while then.
He's just about to bite right now. Oh God! He just bit the tail. Got foul hooked. Now I'm done. Got it. Big one, real big one. Oh, there's a whole bunch with him too. I thought he was a lot bigger, and there's a whole flock of them just like that with him. So I had this bridge. I mean, we had a huge rain, and there's a ton of current right now because they're just really sucking the bottom out of this place. And there's a bridge down here, and it's always a good neck down spot. So I had one follow a jerkbait. I lost one on a jerkbait, so I picked up the old Carolina Chrome Raid Swimmer, and I couldn't get him to react to it, so I just sped it up and dropped it, and he got it. So the morning, you know, we've kind of fished all around, and it was just dead calm, and caught a few on a jerkbait, caught a few off docks, saw one on a bed. You know, they're wanting to spawn, but we had this huge rain. I mean, literally 3 inches the night before we got here, and like the creek where we're at, it's super muddy in the back of it, and you know, and they're just pulling a lot of water. So this bridge is a good neck down. Just happened to pull up here and had one on a jerkbait, and had another one follow my jerkbait as soon as I reeled it fast. So I just started speed reeling this Carolina Chrome on a swim bait head there around these pilings, and caught that one, and there was like 10 with it. So you know, early in my career, I mean, literally in 1991 in December, I won my first national level pro tournament here. It was a BP Top 100, a Bassmaster BP Top 100. And, you know, then it was cold, and I was fishing up the Chattahoochee River, just slow rolling a spinnerbait on laydowns and things like that. It's just, you know, I didn't know no better. A lot of the guys were fishing for spots and just, you know, finesse fishing down lake and things like that. But I just went up there and ended up catching them real good and won that tournament, and that really springboarded, you know, my career for sure. It was just such a big big deal to be able to win at a young age, and won Angler of the Year as well, and it just so important. So I've got a lot of great memories here. We used to fish tournaments here regular, like a lot of them, and we haven't been here. I probably haven't been on this lake in 20 years, and it's changed a lot. Lot more, big spots now. I mean, the blueback herring have really gotten prolific in here, and a lot of stripers and stuff too, but they've just gotten so much bigger than they were, that first time that I fished it. Then it was primarily, I won the tournament with mostly largemouth. Got it. Feels like a biggin. Yeah, great big one. That's a monster, 5-pounder. If I don't lose him. Wow. That is what you call a magnum spot right there. Wow. You get around to where the current's at and you catch big ones. Look at that one there. That's a big old spot. It's probably 22 inches long. That's what we came for. I started running a few windy points, a few windy banks and things like that, and once I got onto this little windy pocket and I saw some bait fish moving, I picked up a spinnerbait and said, that's what my gut told me. It said, this is perfect conditions. That water's chalky, it's not dirty, it's not clear, and it's just perfect conditions for a pre-spawn spinnerbait bite. The water temperature's in the upper 50s, almost 60 degrees, the wind's blowing, the water just got stained, the lake's full, perfect for a spinnerbait. Yep. Good one. I had one missed a minute ago, and those spots, this water's get really chalky and dirty, and it's not a big one there, but I just missed one on that tree right there before, and I missed one out on the rocks there a minute ago. So with this wind coming up, I think we can throw a spinnerbait and definitely get some bites, and it's a good way to catch a big one too. Or not. There. These shallow flat pockets, running bait. Find the bait, you're gonna find the bass. Look at, he just crushed it too. When the conditions lined up this afternoon, that wind picked up a little bit, and saw this dirty water, I knew it was going to happen. Just like that, man. Slow rolling that spinnerbait. These are not giants, but that's the good solid, chunks right there. That right there is why I came to Lake Lanier. That's a big one. Golly. I like catching them a lot of ways, but that spinnerbait is hard to beat. And look at that chunk right there. Big fat one. Man, I could have had a better time out here. Back to Lake Lanier where it all started for me. Throwing a spinnerbait in the wind, in dirty water. Never would have dreamed it. What a day.
Now that I've finished my final season on tour fishing tournaments, you know, this is the kind of thing that I want to do a lot more of. You know, go to places that I've got a lot of history and memories at, kind of recap some of that history, but also teach and learn, you know, because every time you go out, you're still learning, but to be able to teach some of the things that I've learned over the years and bring that content to you. So I love to do that. You know, my favorite thing is to work on new products, new techniques, new things like that, and bring them to the audience. You know, there's nothing more rewarding to be able to help people have a better day on the water, to catch more fish, to learn new things, and that's what this is all about.